Hello and welcome to the Horn Report. I'm Stephanie Jaxis.
And I'm Hunter Jackson. Hate searching for parking in West Campus? A new plan is underway that will turn some of those cherished free spots into metered spaces. We'll give you the details.
Also, we have the latest on the proposed 10-semester limit for undergrads. And the student government runoff election took place this week. We'll show you who will lead student government next year.
And curious about the next step in the Cactus Cafe saga? We've got the latest on the fight to save this historic music venue. But first, here's our coverage of the student government runoff.
About 100 students and faculty flocked to the Lee Jamal Academic Room at the main building to hear the results for student government elections runoff. Supervisory Board Chair Charles Maddox announced that Scott Parks and Munize Kabir won as half of the room broke into screams and cheers.
8,654 votes for the Executive Alliance, your 2010-2011 victor, who did receive a majority of the votes at 55.47%, Scott Parks.
Their competitors, Minotaur and Justin, applauded respectfully as people approached them to express their sympathies and support. UT student Eric Nimmer is the secretary of the Election Supervisory Board. He said he was impressed with the number of students that participated.
Comparatively, it went up. It was last week it was 9,000. This week it was 8,000. Right. That's impeccable for a runoff. It's pretty okay with that.
Scott Parks and Munize Kabir said they were overwhelmed and ready to celebrate.
We have a lot of responsibility now, I think, and so we're ready to get to work, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a very, very good year at UT. So.
University Area Partners, an Austin neighborhood coalition, is looking to expand metered parking in West Campus. The new plan would eliminate 400 free spots. That's about half the amount of spaces currently available in West Campus. The revenue from these new meters would be used to fix sidewalks, lighting, and other roadside projects. The coalition hopes to create safe, well-lit sidewalks with trees throughout the neighborhood. The plan is pending approval by several city agencies and committees.
The Synod of College Councils voted unanimously Thursday against the recently released proposal to put a 10-semester limit on completing an undergraduate degree. The members felt that having such a strict limit was not in the best interest of the students. The recommendation was made by the Second Task Force on Enrollment Strategy, which presented its findings to President Powers last December. According to their report, it takes undergrads on average 8.5 semesters to finish their degrees, compared to the 8-semester national average.
The Student Friends of the Cactus Cafe started a letter-writing campaign this week in an attempt to save the acoustic music venue. Members of the organization are writing letters to the Student Affairs Vice President Juan Gonzalez, who's evaluating 3 proposals for the use of the cafe. The proposal submitted by the organization includes creating student internships with the venue and a committee to balance the budget. The administration will report back to the Union Board on April 30th.
And this week in crime, 2 Hispanic men in trench coats assaulted a UT student late Monday night. The student managed to get away and fled towards the Winship building. UTPD urges all students to use the university's SureWalk program if they plan on walking alone. Students can call SureWalk from 9 p.m. through 1 a.m. at 232-WALK. That's 512-232-9255. A UT staff member said 4 non-UT subjects smeared food and ketchup on an exterior door of the AT&T Conference Center Saturday. The victim saw all 4 subjects enter another hotel room and lock the door. All 4 subjects were registered guests, but refused to open their door until UTPD arrived. They were given verbal criminal trespass warnings and escorted off the property. 4 bikes were stolen from campus last week. UTPD estimates the total property loss to be $1,400. And now here's Albert Alvarado with sports.
After getting by Iowa State in the first round of the Big 12 tournament, the UT men's basketball team had a quarterfinal date with Baylor Thursday. Damian James had 18 points and 12 rebounds that helped Texas cut a 15-point Bear lead to 5 in the second half. But in the end, Leisteria's done 17 second-half points were too much as Baylor beat Texas 86-67. UT now waits for Selection Sunday, where they will learn their NCAA tournament fate. Friday, the Texas baseball team fell behind early to Iowa 1-0 in the first inning. It took UT almost the entire game to respond, but in the bottom of the 8th, Jordan Etier hit a game-tying solo home run into right field. The game would go into extra innings, but in the 10th, Tant Shepard hit a walk-off solo home run. Shepard's home run gave UT a 2-1 win. The UT-Iowa series continues this weekend. For more UT sports coverage, visit the sports section at readthehorn.com. You'll find stories, blogs, and the Bevo Banter, a weekly sports podcast hosted by yours truly. Also, the Horn would like to invite all UT students to participate in our bracket challenge for this year's NCAA tournament. We'll be giving away over $200 in prizes, so be sure to check out our website for more details. For the Horn Report Sports Update, I am Albert Alvarado.
For these stories and more, visit readthehorn.com.
We'll see you next week.